What up?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to talk. So we are doing our long-awaited question and answer video. We have a lot on our giveaway video that we did, and we haven't answered them yet. Well, we've tried, but it actually didn't work out very well. So, and I also asked you guys on Instagram, if you don't follow me on there, it's just the court report. I'll leave a link below, but at those question things. So I got some questions on there. We're gonna get to as many questions as we can. Okay, so from the YouTube one, so the first question we are gonna answer is from KP Boo 9. Did you go to college / what all jobs have you had? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
I did go to college, to a private college called Bethel University in Minnesota. And I got my degree in sports medicine. And I've since then had jobs in medicine, doing medical sales.
That's a big question for him. What does he do? What do you do? Medical sales. I did not go to college. We got married when I was 18, so I basically worked while he was in college and then got pregnant like 10 months after we were married, and then had Austin when I was 20. So then I've basically just stayed home all of that time. What all jobs have I had? Oh God, we can name all the retail jobs I've had, like Target, Children's Place,
Polo,
Aeropostale, Subway, you name it, I've probably had it.
You're a teller at a bank.
Oh yeah.
Secretary.
Hey, she says, my question is for you and the kiddos. Is it hard on you guys when Ethan is traveling for his job? I don't know that I could make it all work, but you make it look all super easy. Yeah, no, yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's not super hard. I actually like sometimes when he leaves because he does work from home like a lot. So when he leaves, it's like we get a break from each other. You know, if you're around somebody for a super long time, you're kind of like get on each other's nerves. So it's nice when he leaves because then I start to miss him, and then he comes back and I'm excited to see him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's not all super easy because obviously it's, I don't know why, but when he travels, the weirdest crap happens to me and the kids. Like the one time when the dogs ripped apart the feather pillow, down feather pillow in their kennel. Weird things happen with Nevaeh's pump and her diabetes stuff. It's like, it's always when he leaves. So I don't know, that is one thing that is very hard. Yeah. So Liv's Type 1 Life asks, how do you control Nevaeh's blood sugar if she is doing physical activities? It depends. With her old pump, we would disconnect it. Right. Because her old pump, you can just, it had like a little clip and you could disconnect it. Her pump couldn't get wet or anything, so she was going swimming. We had to disconnect it. And obviously it's really hard for her to do any physical activity with that old pump. Yeah. With the Omnipod,
I was just gonna say when she, I mean, yeah, when she's like in the water or whatever, we take it off. But when she's doing physical activity, when she's like doing dance and gymnastics, she would still obviously wear it. We would just monitor if we were going into practice and she was kind of in the lower range, we'd probably give her a little like
sugar,
an airhead or something like that, or a boost.
Some Smarties.
But if she was like, you know, above 200, we were like, great.
Go run it off.
By the time you get out, you'll be within range.
But with the Omnipod, you can, for like a certain amount of time, decrease your basal rate. Yep. So you could do it like decrease by 50%. So she's still getting insulin, but she's not getting as much insulin, so she doesn't end up going low.
Right.
So.
It's a nice feature.
Oh, Tara Cadwell asks, if you were given a second honeymoon, where would you go? Dude, like Fiji, something super tropical that like...
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora, yeah. Ugh, I'd love anything crazy tropical. Hawaii, we really wanted to go to Hawaii, but we didn't. Ooh. Christine Hartley, I think. Courtney, I would like to know if you and Ethan would do a video on how you met, how he proposed. Oh. I don't know if you guys want a whole video on that, but I mean, Give it a thumbs up if you want a video on how we met and how we proposed. I don't know. Jess Bess 26 says, love you guys. My question is how you stay sane with the kids when Ethan is out of town. My husband leaves for a few hours and I go crazy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just plan stuff like with my friends. I am not that kind of person that like when Ethan leaves, like I just stay at home. Like I have to be doing something. So I hang out with Rachel and her kids and then my friend Amber and Danae, and like I just have to plan stuff because like I'll be like, oh, I'm bored, let's go to Target or let's go get lunch here. Just because like I feel like I need to be doing something. So yes. Oh, Emily Simpson asks, I know you're a scary movie junkie like I am. What's your all-time favorite one? My favorite scary movie, Ethan is not a scary movie person. He won't even go with me. He doesn't like it. But Strangers, that is by far the scariest movie I've ever seen. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. I just find it so creepy. I don't like it. You and Ethan meet?
We met when we were like toddlers.
Yeah, we don't even really remember meeting. I don't even remember meeting him. I've just grown up knowing him. So I don't really remember. Do you actually remember being like, this is Courtney?
No.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah,
I was like 6.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were young.
Miss Meg B asks, my question is, what's been the most challenging aspect of dealing with Nevaeh's type 1 diabetes? I personally, do you have something?
Go ahead.
I think the biggest challenge for like me personally is that it's like a constant thing. Like we can't go, I just want to break from diabetes today. I don't want to deal with it. You can't do that. Like in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning when she is going high, we have to give her insulin. We have to check her blood. We have to, if she's going low, we have to give her sugar. So I think that's what's hardest for me is that it's like a forever 24/7 disease that you can't just like decide you don't want to deal with one day.
I'd say the hardest for me being a planner, especially like we've taken a couple like flights or road trips since she was diagnosed, and the anxiety of thinking that we forgot one of her things could literally blow like the entire trip if we're traveling like really far. Because if we forget, I mean, obviously we could have a doctor like call in a prescription somewhere else or something, but to forget something and need to change something and not have it is gives you enough anxiety that I don't think we've ever forgotten anything. We haven't, but let's be real. Nevaeh's been only diagnosed for a year. Yeah, knock on wood. Nevaeh's only been diagnosed a year, maybe a year and a couple months now. But we've not taken very many big trips. We went to Destin. That was a pretty big trip. And we went to Colorado, but we are going to South Padre. And also along with that is also us being able to go on a date or go on a trip. Like we've been talking about going on a trip, just the two of us, or like with friends and stuff for a while. And it's like, it's really hard because it's hard for us to leave her because she knows how to do her pump. She knows how to do her carbs. Like my parents are super good with her diabetes and our babysitter. But like my mom and dad do not know how to change her pump yet. And with the Omnipod, I know that we can teach Nevaeh how to do it. But that's the one thing that's holding us back is like, we are far away and like, what if something happens and we're not in control? It's hard to leave her for a long time. Yeah, a little overnight or like going to New York for a couple nights was like...
Fine, because we made sure to change her pump before we left for New York and we were back the day we needed to change the pump back. So it's like, and Rachel and Josh, and they are really good with her too, but like still they don't know how to change her pump. So like if her pump were to fail, it's like we're SOL. How did you pick your kids' names? From Turn It Blue ×3. Austin, I can just tell you, Austin was a name I had in high school and I loved the name. I told him when like we first started dating, when we have our first kid, we're naming him Austin. Like I kind of felt like I knew it was gonna be a boy too. And so we had a boy, we named him Austin, and I loved it. And it's Austin David after my dad. Nevaeh,
I heard the name from a college peer that I knew, and she had named her kid
Nevaeh. Yeah, and he told me about it and I was like, oh my God, I love it. We did have names like Madison, Sophia was a name, which is really funny because one of Nevaeh's best friends is Sophia, so that's funny to think. And Sophia the first. Grayson.
Nevaeh also is heaven spelled backwards.
Yeah, I'm sure most people know. Yeah. Well, maybe they don't. I don't know. Grayson was, when I got pregnant, we went around the bush about, we like Easton, I like Weston, but he was like, I don't like the nickname West. And I was like, well, Easton and Ethan are way too freaking close. So I'm like, we can't name our kid Easton. I would have a freaking hard time. So then Grayson was the other one. And then his mom actually was like, what does Grayson mean? And we were like, oh, I don't know. And
this was like 3 months after we picked the name.
We picked the name, we didn't know, we didn't know what it meant. And we looked it up online and it said, son of the gray-haired one. And we were like, oh my God, it's so perfect. Like it literally was so perfect. So that's how Gray was, they were all named. So what is your healthy snack? Okay, I'll leave the link below. But my favorite snack, there's two, is...
Wait, is it this way?
What the hell are you doing? What is that? What are you doing?
PNC?
Oh, no, that is one of my favorite snacks. That's not, yeah. I was like...
What are you doing?
You're like with a hole and a finger. I'm like, what's happening?
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what was going on. Well, yeah, no, my hunks are my favorite, one of my favorites, like sweet treats. I'll leave the link below too. You guys know we love them here. They're gluten-free. But my favorite healthy snack is the protein bar, the Power Crunch mint and frozen. I'll leave the link to both of those things. Also, I have been getting into those RX bars too. Blueberry. What car do you have and do you love it? Holly H. Wow, such a convenient question. We have a minivan. And there is nothing wrong with a minivan, don't get me wrong. I love my minivan. I get good gas mileage, it doesn't cost that much, and the kids can open the doors. You all know what I'm talking about when you have a freaking big car door and they can't open and close the door, you know? So, yeah, but Ethan ran into a Bambi deer a couple weeks ago and is getting his car fixed, and he came home today with a big old bourbon.
Like a 2016 Chevy Suburban.
I drove it today and I'm like, ugh, Eth.
We used to have a Yukon, but that was...
We shouldn't even tell you guys how many cars we've actually had. It's kind of embarrassing.
We actually totaled them up, and I think we have had 22 cars, if I remember. That's from when we first started driving.
That was, yeah, me being 16. He actually went through a lot more cars than I did. The car that I had when I was 16 is the car I drove when I was married with him. Granted, we got married when I was 18, so it's like not that long. But he went through a lot of cars when he was younger. He bought a lot of shitty cars, and so...
I was working on fixing all the time.
That is why he's so handy, you guys. He can fix my car. He fixes all the neighbors' cars. You know, it's because he grew up fixing them. But that's why he's gone through so many.
Right.
It's because they just like broke down and stuff.
Did you even say what we currently drive?
Oh, yeah, I said a minivan.
Oh,
you said that.
If you wanted to get specific.
Oh, what do you mean?
Honda Odyssey.
Oh, if you guys want it's a Honda Odyssey. I don't know.
The only way that I would get a minivan is if it was going to be a Honda Odyssey.
You like the Toyota
Or a
Sienna.
Toyota Sienna, one of the two.
The thing is that it's super bad in the wintertime. You guys know we live in Minnesota. It's super bad to drive in the wintertime. So that, and I really, okay, being in the Suburban, you guys won't be surprised when you see a next video and I'm going to be like, hey, I got a Suburban. But, you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I love cars. Ethan loves cars more than me, but. My question to you and Ethan is, how do you divide your time for each kid? And how has the transition been for Nevaeh from normal lifestyle to now having diabetes?
So,
we'll answer the second question first. Nevaeh has transitioned probably better than us. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's had her days, and I think we went through a phase at the beginning of this summer where she wanted to pretend she didn't have diabetes or celiac disease. She was eating without telling us or dosing herself. She was eating at the neighbor's house Pop-Tarts that we didn't know. The neighbors...
And without dosing herself.
And without dosing herself. Our neighbors are awesome, all of them. We have a lot of kids in our neighborhood. And they all know Nevaeh's situation. But it's hard when you don't actually know. And like, she knows a lot. So she'll say, I'm low, I need ice cream. When she's not actually low. So that can be hard, and that's... But we've worked through that, and I think she's better than she's ever been. Like, her blood sugars have been bomb lately.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the Omnipod or what, but... how do you divide time for each kid?
It's a real struggle. Just especially since Nevaeh got diagnosed and all the time that we've had to spend with her when we're at the hospital and just changing her pump, keeping her up late at night to change her pump while the other kids are in bed. But we we need to do it more.
We do it. We do dates.
Yeah. Grayson gets a ton of special time, especially during the school year.
Grayson doesn't count because Grayson is like the third child. Like, he goes with Austin or Nevaeh. He doesn't really care. Like, he gets a lot of time because I'm with him all day, every day.
Coffee dates every day.
Coffee dates every day. He gets Burger King like, he is spoiled. He's the last kid. They're all in school. What else? You know. But Austin struggles more than Nevaeh. Which granted, it's hard because I think he thinks it's like, we're spending more time with Nevaeh, yes. But I think he takes that as like special time, and Nevaeh, to her, that's not special time. That's, I'm getting shots and it's not fun for me. And Austin does get jealous of that, but then Nevaeh, it's hard because it's like, you know, we're just dealing with diabetes and it's not an actual special time. So we do take Nevaeh on her special dates, get her nails done, stuff like that, and then go with Austin to movies. He loves that kind of time.
Yep.
Even when we're riding in separate cars, like Austin rides with Ethan and Nevaeh rides with me, like, to them that's special time. It doesn't necessarily always have to be we're taking them out, but it's like, hey, Austin, come with me to Grandma and Grandpa's quick. I'm gonna go grab a blah, blah, blah. And he loves that. He's the only one who gets to go. Nobody's taking up his time. And I have gotten this question before. It's from Shelby Davis. It says, have you ever thought about doing an online boutique? You would be perfect. I have thought about that. It's like, I've looked into it, but I feel like it has to be something I have like a full amount of time to, like, you know, take to look through everything about doing an online boutique. I think I would love it because I love clothes, I love fashion.
Yep.
I don't know, what do you think?
It sounds like a nightmare to manage.
Yeah, it kind of does.
And the administrative type personality, and it just sounds, with everything else you're doing
like
with YouTube and doing wedding makeup, it's like...
Yeah, it's more of a time issue that I would have doing something like that, because I think that does take a lot of time. You have to buy sizes, you have to promote them, stuff like that. But no, I have thought about it. What advice do you have for a successful marriage? From Cassie, who's getting married.
What? I was looking at you.
Oh, I was looking at you. I thought you were gonna say something. Go ahead.
I was letting you start.
Oh, you want me? That's probably smart. Just kidding. I read this earlier and I thought about it. And I think one thing is really helped us was actually learning our personalities.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Our temperaments.
Yeah.
That's what we did a test, what our temperaments are. We also did the 5 love languages book, which is always recommended. Learning your love language really does help, but I also think what helped us really was the temperaments.
Yep.
Why we fight is a lot of just our temperaments. So Ethan is a really high, surprisingly, he looks super calm right now, but you guys, I am the super calm one. Am I right?
We like switch roles.
We switch
the camera.
Yeah. He gets like, I'm more comfortable.
She's comfortable with it.
Yeah. He's not as comfortable, but he is very high energy. He gets his energy from other people. I'm very much more introvert, so like my energy gets drained when I'm around a lot of people, especially people I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's helped us. Was it love at first sight? Definitely not.
Yeah,
we were so young. I always had a crush on him though, so that never changed.
Yeah, we had crushes on each other like on and off. Like
he actually had a crush on my sister, so we could always bring that back up.
Yeah.
I liked this question. What do you think each of your kids will be when they grow up? Love you guys so much, Marilyn and Mackenzie. I could see Austin being some sort of an engineer.
Yeah,
he's very smart. It might be he needs to be more around people, so I could see him being a salesman too, kind of like Eth. Just because he can talk you into something. Like Ethan could talk you into anything. He's gonna talk me into a Suburban, even though I don't want to do it. So you just wait. But I definitely could see that. I could see Nevaeh being a nurse. She is 100% like the sweetest girl and very caring.
Yeah.
Like somebody gets hurt, Grayson gets hurt. Where did you get hurt? Show me. Does this hurt? Like I think she could be very helpful, and she's really smart. Grayson, what do you think he would be? I already know what I think he would be.
I don't know. He's gonna definitely be the athlete of the family.
Yeah, or like a professional something. Like football player. Dude is
racer, something.
Dude has no fear.
No.
And it has all the energy in the world. So, what's your favorite pizza topping? For some reason, I could do everything, but I'm also just like, I'm either an everything or just a cheese pizza.
Yeah, I'm a works kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I can't really choose a topping.
What's your favorite type of clothing? Athletic, Lululemon. And that is not a favorite clothing. It's just like a favorite brand. I would love to wear Lululemon all day, every day.
I'd say Nike for like work stuff, polos and golf pants. I don't find a lot that fit my big booty.
Do you think you'll ever quit YouTube? Please don't. And it's the Court Report fan, it really says that. No, I don't think I would quit YouTube. I haven't yet, and I've been doing it since Nevaeh was like 2. So I don't think I'll quit. Summer or winter? Summer.
Yeah, definitely.
Does Nevaeh have any dia buddies? Like diabetes buddies? She doesn't.
Like she knows a couple of the ones around the school.
In the school.
But it's not like she has a bestie.
No, and she has like no friends in real life that she hangs out with on a normal basis besides school that she knows that has diabetes. Right. When Nevaeh got diagnosed, we had no idea. We had no friends that had type 1 diabetes. Number 1 question. Are we planning on having any more kids?
Nope.
Grayson was a big like question mark. So even having him was like a should we or shouldn't we?
Right.
And I don't know if you've been a follower of me of like a long time, you will not remember I vlogged when he got his vasectomy. I mean, I didn't like vlog in the vasectomy or anything, but I just vlogged that I was pregnant. I was like 27 weeks pregnant with Grayson. And yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was terrible. Don't freaking do it. Okay, now we have to think of our like most embarrassing. This is probably the most we could do. So our most embarrassing moments. Do you have any?
I'm trying, I can't think of like an exact one that's like super embarrassing. Mine more are, what do I do?
I don't know. What are you talking about? What do I do?
Where I misspeak.
Oh, yeah. Like one time he was really serious and he goes, like, we were really upset about something and he goes, she has no idea who she's messing with. And he was trying to be so serious and I was like, okay. And then he gets really embarrassed because he's like.
And then we were driving and you said something about the semi tipped over or something.
Yeah. You said like
Temi.
Yeah, a temi instead of
two words, a tip semi, temi. It's a temi.
Yeah, he really does. It's funny.
So yeah, it's more just on a regular basis for me where I misspeak or sing a lyric incorrectly.
Oh yeah, that's not that embarrassing. I farted and pooped my pants one time, so that's embarrassing.
Yep.
So we'll just leave it at that. No, and I was actually in public. We were in Target, and I even told him, we were dating at the time, so I'm surprised he's still with me and stuff that I've done in front of him that, you know, most girls probably wouldn't do. But I'm not most girls.
No, you're not.
But yeah, no, I told him, I was like, oh my God, I just thought it was a fart, and it wasn't. So that was embarrassing. But those are all the questions that we will be taking tonight. If you have any more questions, leave them below. Give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one.